Hello, good morning, everybody. I just got an itch on my eye. I'm here with Sterling,
Good
our
morning,
Sterling
everybody.
Sunday into the month. I look
Ex-
so forward to it.
Exactly. And this is like the end of the year. So next
End of
time I
the
see you will
year.
be next year. So
Um, and you did your 2025.
we did. Linda pushed me to do that. I mean, to get them out early. Sometimes I do them like January 1st, January 2nd. We put them out December 23rd, I think it was. So yeah.
That's great. That's great. I always enjoy that's like my favorite thing on the psychics online is to look at their 2025.
Yeah, and it's funny. I wasn't gonna do it right away, but I got up in the morning and I just got flooded with all this stuff from my team, my angels and
Awesome.
guides. They were just flooding me, and so I just started writing all this stuff down. So it came through like in a whole patch. I think there were almost 54 of them or something. So
Did you guys have a nice Christmas?
yeah, I did spent a lot of time with family, all the usual stuff, and just
Yeah.
some quiet time. It was good. Didn't go crazy. Yeah,
Didn't go cray cray.
no,
All right, my friend. Okay, so thank you to Linda.
exactly.
I don't have Dan doing my comments anymore because my daughter has taken over. She's part of the Linda G. Comanche Psychic now, and she really needed the money, so she's doing the work. But I was going to do this, and Linda said, "No, I'll just go through," because she knows, she's like this.
Right, because we put out, as you know, we put out shows every Sunday, and there's 50, 60, or 70 questions on those shows, and don't want to replicate them here on this show. So she
Right,
goes through them
right.
all, and yeah.
But it's nothing bad wrong with Dan. He was really good at this, but I had to hire
Yeah,
my
shout out to Dan for all the
shout
great
out to Dan
support. A
for all your
great,
work.
great guy, great support. Yeah.
Right. So, Sterling, here we go. Number one, how does Sterling see 45's decertification playing out?
Yeah, I've done a number of shows on this. Was also in the prediction show, but I do see what they call a decertification coming up for 45. And this is going to come about through a lot of discussions with NATO countries, intelligence agencies around the world, because the interference that occurred, like in the last election, has occurred like with six other countries around the world. And so the real concern from a worldwide basis, that you can't have fair elections if foreign powers are infiltrating. So, yeah, this is all going to come out. Now, I know everybody always likes a play by play. What will happen Thursday? What will happen Monday? And, I got to tell you, guides and angels don't always do that. There's a human experience down here, but they will give you guardrails and a trajectory of what's going to happen. So I do see the interference coming out very shortly. I'll eventually lead to a decertification. And then there's going to be a whole way in which they kind of revamp the election. It's going to be very interesting here. First time in history, I think that this has ever happened this way, and certainly in our election this way.
He's a first time in history person.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Mhm.
Okay, will we ever have a president that holds the rich and corporations accountable to pay their fair share of debt to society in the form of taxes and employee pay and benefits?
Yes, and that's like a multi-tiered situation, but a lot of it's going to start off with corporate minimum tax rates. I've always seen that. So whether that's during the next 2026 or 2025, we'll see. But there's a corporate minimum tax rate coming of 15%, 15%, and that's going to help put the revenue streams in government, and then they're going to be able to do things with that. That trickles down, right?
Right.
So yeah,
That's
it's coming.
wonderful. Yeah, so that's good. Since we create our reality by focusing on thoughts, etc., how does our wanting justice, election interference, 45 being punished for his crimes, Ukraine being free of Putin, affect raising the collective vibrations?
Well, the last thing said there is the ultimate truth. It actually, when you send love and light out to the world, it actually raises the energetic vibration of everything in the world. So it makes people feel better, makes individuals less likely to do harm to others. It puts a loving spin on everything, and it accelerates good outcomes. So it's a worthwhile endeavor. It's when you, for example, when you pray, you unify a lot of energy in the world. It's almost like a wave of love or energy to the world. So it does help if that's
Awesome.
the question. Yeah.
Will healthcare for women ever be reinstated as the law of the land?
It's an interesting question. A lot of women, well, women's reproductive rights are coming back in the next year, 2 years in a very solid way. But that's also going to be multifaceted. But overall, women's reproductive rights, I see them being really mandated in a way that maybe men's rights were, right? Health rights. So I don't see women won't have to take a back seat, so to speak, right?
Mhm, mhm.
So it's coming. Yeah.
Good, good. Do you see elections being safe going forward, or will the orange continue to fix elections?
Well, and that goes to the first question, but yeah, there are going to be a lot of new systems put in place and blockchain auditing systems for voting machines and ways of circumventing any kind of offshore interference with elections. So all that's coming. I've said before, 45 is a big disruptor, right? So a lot of
Yeah,
chaos that occurs, it actually is like it's a road sign. It points to all the areas that need repair, right? So that's coming. Yeah.
all right, good. A Republican Texas Congresswoman named Kay Granger was in a dementia facility for 6 months. Why didn't they provide notice to the public?
Completely did not want to lose the ability to have that seat, right? So what you don't know doesn't cause a problem. Yeah, I mean that's completely sweeping it under the rug. Yeah, completely.
Yeah, and
By the
of
way,
course they would do that.
whatever's going on there is going to continue. So with this woman you're talking about, it's a congresswoman.
Yes.
There's some medical issues still continuing there that's of concern. I'll just tell you. Yeah.
Okay. Will the present military leaders be able to stand up to 45? Or will they bend to him or be fired and replaced by loyalists?
I see the majority of the military doing what they've always done, which is like stand for independence, being non-political. And I don't ever see like I said, the U.S. military turning against U.S. citizens, for
That's what
example,
exactly.
on U.S. soil. That's not going to happen. I actually see like a brick wall there. It's like that's a line they won't cross. So yeah, there may be some firings that go on, but I don't even see 45 in any kind of power for that long. So this is all going to happen very quickly.
Yeah, and people don't want their sons doing that either, or their husbands,
Right.
etc., or their daughters.
Mhm.
Will Matt Gaetz be brought to trial and be found guilty? And may I say, because I know the criminal thing is a little under the table right now,
Mhm.
even civilly.
Well, I do see yeah, I do see what I'll call sexual impropriety or things going on here that are going to take a legal court case. So I do see some legal cases coming up for him. It looks like it's going to span about a 2 year period, so it's not going to happen fast. But I do see charges and cases, and interesting enough, it looked to me like he's actually going to join a major law firm if he hasn't already. So it'd be kind of interesting to see him as part of a major law firm, also defending himself criminally, but we've seen that movie before. So
Right. We got good questions.
mhm.
What do you recommend we do to begin and nurture our relationship with our angel guides?
The simplest thing, practically and pragmatically, is first start out if you have no ability whatsoever. Now, everybody's got ability, but talk out loud to your guides and angels. Ask them to step forward in the morning. Say, "What do you have for me?" Reveal a message, and
Right.
kid around with them a little bit. They actually will communicate with you. But the best way to start off is a very practical, simple way. Call them forward out loud. You know,
Okay. Sounds good.
you don't have to sit in a room for 1 hour and meditate in front of the right crystal, and
Right,
just
right.
call them, talk to them like we're talking right now.
Yeah, they always listen.
Hmm.
Uh, what is going on with Fetterman? Is he truly a MAGA now?
Fetterman, right? You're talking about,
Yeah,
Fetterman. What I get on that is that there was some assistance provided to his campaign, and I don't know, maybe monetary assistance or
I
something
felt
here.
like that too, like there
And
was a check
so,
handed.
exactly, and I don't think he's completely, bent over, gone to the other side, so to speak. But it looks like he feels some sort of an indebtedness to go, okay, I'm going to try to build a bridge. It looks like there's some financial help sent to him when he needed it for the campaign.
Right.
So.
Is he going to go full MAGA? Or is he going to kind of stand with the Democrats.
No, he always looks to me like he's going to be standing like in two rowboats, like a left leg in one rowboat, a right leg in the other, and constantly trying to stand, but like one leg in each boat. Yeah.
So he'll kind of turn into a Joe, whatever his name was.
Mansion, we're talking about.
Manchin, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to try to straddle. Yeah.
Okay. Will they ever get rid of Social Security FICA caps on taxable earnings, which would improve Social Security long-term finances?
You know, I do see they're going to reorganize, recalculate Social Security and taxable income. It does look like in the next year or two here, they'll raise the taxable limit so that they will, as a matter of fact, generate some more revenue for Social Security. It does look that way.
Sterling said several large motherships will reveal themselves in 2025. Will this be coordinated with government or just a surprise? And will it occur while 45 is in office or will he be gone?
So it won't occur when 45 is in office, but it will occur towards the middle and end of this year. And it's going to be around the world. So those would be large Palladian ships that are going to show themselves. It's almost similar to what happened with the Phoenix Lights in 1997. So there could be a lot of very large football field size ships. So you'll see them.
Will there be a battle to elect a speaker on January 3rd?
Absolutely.
I felt it too.
It's going to be a food fight. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of them don't want Johnson, and this is going to back up Trump being able to get in.
It will. It's going to be like Animal House when John Belushi screamed food fight, so
Please read on the political situation in Venezuela. Will Maduro finally be removed this January? Will there be much violence trying to get the newly elected president into office?
Unfortunately, I don't see a lot of change there. Maduro looks like he's still going to hang on by his fingernails, and even for another year, 2 years.
Damn.
It does not look like he's going to go anywhere. And unfortunately, that whole area, that pandemic hit that area pretty hard too, that region. So it looks like he's going to hang on to me. Yeah. What do you get on that?
I was feeling military action to get him out, but
It looks to me like he's going to hang in there.
I trust you.
Yeah. Well, that's what my team's telling me. So.
Okay. Will we lose our only source of income, Social Security?
No, Social Security is going to be around for a long time. Yeah.
That I was
It's gonna,
feeling.
it's going to go through some transitions. I always keep seeing the way they calculate it, like we were just talking about, whether they raise the taxable limit, and there can be a lot of calculations going on, but never take it away completely. No.
Good. Why are the ETs showing up now? Are they here to protect us from something bad that may be coming?
Well, this is the time in the timeline of the universe where it's already scheduled for them to make themselves known. So it's almost like you think about cycles in the world or cycles on the earth, where things, let's say you have nodes where things are calm on earth, and then you have peaks where things are a lot of conflict. So we're heading into a high conflict time period in the world. This is the time they designed to come forward and then also accelerate humanity forward, right? With
Right.
world peace and health technology and gene editing and clean nuclear power, fusion, cold fusion. A lot of things happening here right now at this time period that complements the 3-decade reset, 2020 to 2050.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the time. Yeah.
What do you predict for the future of Cuba? 60 plus years of communism, and the island is totally devastated.
I get encouraging signs for Cuba that over the next 2, 3, and even 4 years, they're somehow going to turn the corner, but it's almost like a lot of countries pitch in. A lot of other countries come in to say, we're going to help you because there's some sort of an economic benefit to everybody, whether it's something they produce there or the location. But a lot of countries coming in to help. But that's not going to happen. Let's say it's a 2, 3, 4 year period here that all this starts to turn around. It's like turning around a large cruise ship. So
Okay. Um, will AOC's articles of impeachment of Thomas and Alito prove productive towards accountability?
there's something there that whatever she started will provide like another platform for some other litigation or some other impeachment. So I'm not seeing what she started, but almost like she lit the match, so to speak. Now there'll be
Okay,
like another impeachment process. Yeah, it's coming, but it won't be, it looks like the exact one that she created,
okay.
but it helps.
Um, when I was younger, I heard my name called in a store while playing with my sister, who also heard the voice. Additionally, I heard and saw a car accident 24 hours before it happened, and I heard and felt my granddad years before she came. My grandchild, years before she came. What are these episodes and why do I experience them?
So, there are eight clairs. She has very good clairaudient and clairvoyant ability to be able to see images. But what's interesting, when you put those together in the right combination, you get what's called precognitive ability. So, be able to see things in advance. So, whoever asked that question can develop that ability and really make it much stronger so you have control over it. But that's the two blending together, clairaudient and clairvoyance, to also produce like a claircognizant precognition. Yeah.
Okay. What will happen to Palestine?
Well, I still see, my team was talking about this even a year ago, that we're going to head into the next year, 2 years here around starting two-state solution, right? So if you look at Gaza and the West Bank, trying to bring that together as part of a two-state solution, the world has actually got to a point now where they realize that something like this has to be done, and it will be done. Otherwise, the Middle East will be in turmoil in these areas for the next 100 years, right?
No.
So the world finally is getting to a point here. I still see the two-state solution heading forward. So Palestine, as we know it now, what Gaza, West Bank, it looks like that'll end up being together, but part of a two-state solution. Yeah.
Okay. Is Mary Trump safe from retribution from 45?
Well, I do see two or three lawsuits coming her direction, but 45 hands those out like candy. So
And it's
yeah,
going to be on our dime, by the way.
yeah, there's some lawsuits coming her direction, but nothing that she doesn't actually already expect, because I feel like she already has lawyers in her camp that are already preparing her. So
Okay. I'm asking on behalf of our local community here in regional North NSW, Australia, who have been searching for a missing teenager since Friday, the 6th of December. Jacob Partridge, age 17, was last seen by friends about 11 p.m. near Emerald Beach, north of Coffs Harbor. What happened to him?
what was the date on that
He
disappearance?
disappeared Friday, the 6th of December.
Well, these are always difficult to share. Um, I don't feel a lot of living energy coming from that situation. It does feel like somebody accosted Jacob. Is that his first name?
Yeah,
Jacob. And it does feel like they're going to find him very shortly, but maybe that's right, beginning of January, but they're going to find him. But
yeah,
it is still around a water area. I guess he was last seen around a beach area.
yeah,
It still looks like he's around like a water area, so not that far. I don't like sharing all this, but somebody's
yeah.
asking, right? So I don't know, what do you pick up?
I picked up drowning or pushed and drowned, something untoward, but I feel his body will be found near the water.
Yeah, we agree on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so send a lot of love and blessings out to his
Yeah.
family. That's always
Of course, he's
unfortunate.
still alive,
But
but yeah,
by the way, there's something good going to happen from this. So I feel like there's some sort of a foundation coming up for him. It's almost like something he may have been involved in, whether it's the arts or something. So they're going to push forward like a Jacob Foundation. So I would just tell the family, if they're listening out there, there is something good coming out of this, and he'll help from the other side.
wow, that's wonderful. So, happy holidays, Sterling and team. Will Prince Harry win his case against the Sun newspaper?
Yeah, and I think there's a couple of cases ongoing
Yeah,
with the
they
son.
said, I
Um,
believe in this case with
the
other well-known
continuation.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and this is about access to private information, if I remember correctly, unlawful access to private information. Yeah, and I think there's one other company or something or individual that's involved with him in this next lawsuit. And it does look like he'll be successful. Might be a few months before the determination gets made, but I do see success again because I see the son. They're showing me like writing another check.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's like William saying, "I'll show you how to make it out."
Okay. Oh, this was Prince Harry, though. He's
Hmm.
suing him. Okay. Will 45 be successful at his attempt to stop birth citizenship?
Oh, I'm sorry. What kind of citizenship?
Birth
Oh, Brewster
citizenship.
citizenship. Well, there's a short-lived bit of chaos going on with that. It looks like for a very short period of time, they're going to be able to stop that, and then it goes back into normalcy, right? So it's a dust up, right? A little bit of chaos, and then it goes back to normalcy. So
Yeah, because I feel even this Congress, the Supreme Court can't say he can do that. It's
right, right.
ridiculous.
Mhm.
And one of the top people that shouldn't have citizenship are his wife, Elon Musk, etc. So, will the 14th Amendment, Article 3 of the Constitution be invoked to stop Trump from being inaugurated?
I think it's going to be part of it. So I mean, that Article 3 is all about insurrection, if I remember correctly.
Right.
So
And
if
you
you're an
don't have to
insurrectionist.
be found guilty. You just had to, and they can show beyond a reasonable doubt he did that.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be part of what comes, but decertification is going to be a different process there with like offshore manipulation of voting systems. So that decertification is going to be different. I think that Article 3 or 14th Amendment is actually going to be part, but not the principal substantive element that's going to push it forward.
Okay.
It's almost like an add-on. So.
Well, then that puts kind of a question. I don't know if it's in here and I'm asking too
Mhm.
soon. Jack Smith is supposed to come out Monday. Anything in that may be, whoa, bombshell?
No, I think it's going to be more of the same. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Like more of the same. I don't see any it's just like it's a plethora of information, right? Coming out all the time.
That we get numb to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, will Cash Patel be in 45's government?
I don't see him making it through
Yeah, neither do I.
the process, right? The review process. It looks like he falls off a cliff to me. Like he takes it as far as he can and then like falls off a cliff. It doesn't make it through. Yeah.
Dear Sterling and team, are there ETs similar to the Transformers we see on TV that really exist out in the galaxy?
No, not the ones that turn to taxi cabs or dump
Yeah,
trucks or no.
those little cars my kids
That's
used
all
to play with.
Hollywood. That's all Hollywood. Yeah.
Do you see quantum computing taking off in 2025?
Well, taking off is a relative term. It's moving ahead very aggressively, and in another probably by 2030, we're going to have a good implementation of quantum computing. Google's already built the quantum computer. So is Microsoft, so is IBM. But the problem that technology has to be highly stable at absolute zero, which is like minus 450 degrees Fahrenheit. There's a lot of technical challenges still ahead. So taking off is a relative term. By 2030, going to have some good developments here. And it's going to be very important. Quantum computing, along with artificial intelligence, is going to go hand in hand. It's going to be very important. Big breakthroughs for humanity in those two areas, quantum computing and AI. Yeah.
Cool. Hello, Sterling. Can you explain the activity of Skinwalker Ranch?
Yeah,
I
so
watched that show.
yeah, it actually is one of the largest portals in the world on Earth. That portal extends hundreds of feet in the sky. It's hundreds of feet large. It is a gateway to wormholes. It is and I always classify, my team always classifies as an extraterrestrial airport. Think about JFK or LAX. So there are a lot of entities come through that portal, and there's also power sources buried in the mesa. It's a very fascinating area. Yeah.
All right. Greetings from Australia. what do you see in regard to the push for nuclear power in Australia? Will it happen or will we hold with the renewable strategy?
So I do see Australia. So right now, Australia has, I believe, no nuclear power plants. Any nuclear plants they have now are for like medical resources. But it looks to me like by 2030, they're going to start to jump on the nuclear fusion bandwagon. So that's the new nuclear technology that's coming that has a lot less harmful waste product. In fact, I think helium is the biggest byproduct of nuclear fusion, right? As opposed to fission, which we're using now, which has a lot of nuclear waste to the process. But it does look like Australia eventually is going to turn the corner and start to adopt nuclear power. It looks more like 2030 to me for nuclear fusion, be
Oh.
clear. Yeah.
What's the future of TikTok?
I did this in my predictions show, but I do see new owners coming for TikTok. So don't see TikTok is going to be shut down, but there are new owners. You know, ByteDance is the parent company. They're kicking and screaming. I get it. They're the Chinese owners, but it looks like new owners are coming. You know, the interesting thing about that whole discussion is the horse is already out of the barn. So the reason Congress is saying, gee, we want an American company to own it because we don't want a data or confidential personal data compromised. I have news for you. It's already compromised.
It is, and
So
even Amazon and everything else.
the horse is out of the barn. So this is what I want to say much to do about nothing, but yeah, if you're concerned about confidentiality and having your personal data lost, it's already out there.
Yeah,
So, and
that's a
by the
fact.
way, even when the new ownership comes in, you know, it's like it's like forcing somebody to sell your company, but then you sell it to your brother or you sell it to your mother. Well, it's still in the family. So even when the new owners come in, anyway, I have to smile a little bit about that, but they will have new owners. ByteDance looks like they will not be the owners long term.
Okay. Now, I'm adding this question.
Oh, you're not allowed. Sorry, you're not allowed.
You may have said it on your predictions. I'm trying
So
to
okay, go
remember.
ahead.
Syria, how does that look?
I see good things coming for Syria. Doesn't mean it's not going to be a rocky road like some pitfalls here,
Right.
but I
There's other
really,
factions that are trying to take over, including Israel.
yeah, I do see that they're going to be on a path to more stability, more of a democratic approach. They've already lived kind of a hell for a long time, and they're like, you know, we don't want any more of that. And I do see even women's rights coming there in a few years.
Yay.
So it looks like they're really going to turn the corner. Yeah, and a lot of world nations, including Israel, the U.S., have already tried to take out some of the terrorist storage, the bombs and things like that to try to get rid of any of let's say, the war-making machinery that was there. So it's going
Right.
to get better. Yeah.
I even see Iran kind of going through a whole thing in these next years.
In terms of what?
I like not being run by these male chauvinists that make women wear the hijab. And I see it kind of opening up to what it used to be. Could be 5 years away, but I see it.
Yeah, I would agree with you that it's no faster than 5 years. I know I get those questions all the time about
Yeah.
what's going on in Iran, but it's a little bit longer timetable from Iran than it is for Syria, believe it or not.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's wonderful. What do spirits look like? What do your spirits look like?
Whenever I interact them, they look like full-scale apparitions. So they look like people. They look like you and me. Yeah,
Yeah,
look at the movie like What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams. They look like full-scale apparitions. So
that's great. Do you see anything coming up this week?
well, you know, a lot of new information, a continue I do see some information leaking out from NATO, election interference, something coming up here where it's going to start to, you know, the crack in the dam is going to start to occur here. You can start to be able to get a glimpse of what's going on behind the scenes. And again, I think NATO is going to play a big role in releasing some information here because they're concerned too about their elections. So that's coming. Also, a lot of crazy chaos from 45. You know, he wanted to take over the Panama Canal and Greenland, and I think there's a whole laundry list of things coming out this week. But by the way, 45 is doing that to distract and disrupt. It's like, don't look here, don't look over there.
Okay.
So there's more distractions coming up around that. I think there's even threats to Finland going on right now. There are
Yes,
threats to
yes.
Finland, but I don't see that playing out. So there's
Because
a tut
that would cause a nuclear war.
yeah, there's a tussle, but I don't see Finland being attacked. So I thought I'd get that out there. That's coming. Yeah.
Okay. And what are your spirit guides want to say to share?
I would say simply this week, keep the faith and move forward with positive intention in everything you do and in the world, and that will create the result that we all desire. So you got to really step into intention. Don't give in to fear. It may sound just like mechanics, but when you spend too much time in fear, you actually bring that to you. So
Okay. Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you so
I always
much.
feel like
Excellent
it
question.
always feels like I'm on Jeopardy for 500, Alex.
And thank you again to Linda for,
Yeah, absolutely. And real quickly, people always ask how to reach me, right? So
yes.
we actually do have a YouTube channel. If people are new to your channel, Sterling Psychic Medium. If they need to reach me for a session, they go to sterlingpsychicmedium.com, look for the book a session tab. And I think there's dates now available in May, June, and July of 2025. So,
Oh,
and we
gosh.
also have a membership and I actually do live streaming on Friday mornings. So
Yeah.
we answer a plethora of questions on Friday mornings live for platinum members, and there's a join button on the front page of our YouTube channel. So
Yeah, I got my question answered when I was having them nosebleeds.
I
And
remember.
you answered back, you said vitamin K. I went out, got vitamin K, and it was gone. Never had another one.
I'm happy for you because I know that was a big concern there
I
for a
was so
while.
scared because it
Yeah,
just came
yeah,
on and it was bloody.
exactly, exactly.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
A
And thank you,
pleasure.
Linda. And we'll also post how you can reach them down below. And
Absolutely.
Tuesday's my last paid readings. I'm not
Oh,
doing
great,
readings anymore
great,
after
great.
Tuesday, unless they're free readings. So
Well, there
thank
you
you so
go.
much, my friend.
All the best. Happy holidays. Happy New Year to everybody.
Oh, yes. Happy New Year, everyone.
We'll see you all in the new year.